Hello, hello. I am so excited to be chatting with you guys today. So this is a part of the some of the diamonds and platinums got together, and we're just partnering to be able to speak into your guys' lives. And my job today is to talk about excitement. So I am starting with a little bit of oil, and ironically, I am starting with peace and calming. I'm telling you, when you're jumping into other people's groups, so you don't know them, they don't know you, it can be a little bit of pressure, but you know what? You do it anyway. So I just want to start and get going right away. My goal is to be 15, 20 minutes so I can really respect your time. And I just want to say hi. My name is Shannon Hudson. I am a diamond with Young Living. I've been with Young Living since February 2007. So I just passed my birthday, been with them for a while, and I really want to talk about how Young Living, we have these ups and downs, and it is 100% normal. And I've been in a long time, so I've been able to watch the ups and the downs and the ups and the downs. And I just want to talk a little bit about those things and then how you can really generate that excitement for yourself, but more importantly, be able to spread that down through your team so you can see some of that excitement coming back. So to do that, I want to express this first of all, this up and down that we have. There's normal up and down in any sales. You're going to find that there's normal ebbs and flows to business. And I know right now for some of you, when I said sales, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not in a sales company or whatever little story you're telling yourself. But here's the truth. In the end, somebody has to pay cold, hard cash for their peace and calming, right? They have to purchase it. And understanding that piece of it will really help you understand the ebbs and flows. So there's normal, like our OGV for our team and pretty much everybody in Young Living, highest months are September, October, November. And that is also traditionally the highest time when anybody is out purchasing stuff. So you've got all the back to school, you've got getting ready for all the holidays, you've got all the presents, all the things, and sales go up. Perfectly normal. That's our business. It goes up too. But what you may not know is that spring is a time of growth, like massive action. If you're ever going to put 90 days of massive action into your team, March, April, and May are the months to hammer it because more people enroll, we get more brand partners, we get more customers all during these 3 months. It's a time where people are wanting to refresh, they're wanting to cleanse, they're wanting to do new things, they're wanting to get out, they're wanting to go socialize, they're wanting to be around people. And this year, more so than any other, people are super lonely. So being able to get out and get together and be with people, it's huge. So if in your area you have the ability to just have 3 or 4 people over to your home, be able to be a little more social. And that's with people that are already in your organization. Even Crossline collabs, like what we got going on right now, working with other teams to partner that. You'll see some really cool things. So I want to pause here for a second and say, if you're making comments, I can't see them. I don't know why it's not showing us comments lately when we're going into people's teams. So hopefully some people will be on there. So if you have questions, if you want to tell me what oils you rub on when you're stressed out or what you're doing, or if you can have people come over, post them all over there and I will keep an eye on them and watch them over the next few days. So I'll do my best to catch up on any comments if you happen to be making any. So come in, tell me where you are, that kind of thing. So knowing that that ebb and flow happens and knowing that right now, spring is a season of growth, you can really set some amazing plans that whole 90 days of massive action that you've heard lots of people talk about. I'm not going to talk about that today, but you can Google that. You can look up. There's some great people speaking on it. This is the time to do it. This is the time to get that action going. But I want you to wait just a second and I want you to think about that excitement. Because for some people, this whole being locked up and not being able to go where has kind of sucked that energy out of us. We even have, people upset because we're waiting on the website. They're like, oh, when is the website going to come? Everything will get better when it happens. I need you to know I've been in for a long time. We didn't used to have a website, right? We didn't used to have those kinds of things. So you can still build it anyway, but you got to remember your excitement. Like, what was the thing when you were introduced to Young Living? What was the thing that happened that just lit your fire, that just got you all gaga? I can tell you mine. I think about it all the time. I remember this is back in February 2007. My stalker, my sweet stalker, the woman who enrolled me, she talked to me for like 3 months trying to get me interested in these oils. And I said no for all kinds of reasons. Another class we'll talk about later, but there were lots of things. I didn't like the smell of the oils. First oil she ever let me smell was oregano. And that ain't right. That smells like dirty socks. Like I didn't like it. I'm like, I'd rather live with what I got than put on that stuff. It stinks. And it was just a whole host of things. I hated that it was sales. I hated the multi-level marketing part, like all kinds of things, y'all. But she just kept pestering me. She kept bringing it up. She kept sharing. She kept telling. She kept saying, "Well, come on, try it out." I had 6 fractured vertebrae, 2 bulged discs, bone calcification, bone spurs, and I turned like this for years because I had been in an accident and I couldn't move my head in either direction. The pain was awful. And if I happened to like look up, my knees would collapse because the pain would just be awful. And I had dealt with that for a long time. I also, 3 years before she started talking to me about the oils, had a stroke. And the stroke left me with facial paralysis, mental clarity issues. In other words, like if I was around a group of people, like at church, and everybody's talking, I I actually got volunteered for all kinds of stuff because I was nodding in agreement and didn't realize they were asking me to do stuff because the chaos in my brain was so was bad brain fog and just different things. And she, for 3 months, Shannon, you got to try my oils. Come on, you got to try my oils. You got to try my oils. Now, you got to understand at that time in my life, I didn't want Young Living for all of those reasons we talked about, but we had also moved in 3 years before this, right before I had my stroke, had moved back in to live with my mom and dad because my mom had been diagnosed with breast cancer. When they found her breast cancer, it was throughout her lungs. It looked like a constellation. There were so many tiny tumors throughout her lungs. And we moved in with her because when they found it, they told her that there was no surgery they could do. And even with chemo and radiation, she had about 6 weeks. And we thought, all right, we'll stay with mom until mom passes away. And we're going to take dad with us. So myself, my husband, my 4 homeschooled children moved into my parents' basement to wait for mom to die. That's 3 years before Young Living came in. And we were still there when my friends started talking to me about these stupid oils. And I'm like, girl, you don't even know how big my plate is. You know, we were toilet bowl cleaners, we owned a cleaning company, and we had all these people that we contracted through. And then I was taking care of my mom, I was helping with my dad, still homeschooling. Like my schedule was so busy, I didn't have time for any of that stuff. And I knew MLMs didn't work and just the whole thing. And she just kept bugging me. I'm like, girl, you gotta leave me alone. And one day she was over my house. She was telling me stupid oils. Our kids, we homeschooled together, so our kids were playing. And she started talking about the oils, and I just snapped on her. Like, what is wrong in your head? You know, stop asking me about these stupid oils. I don't want your stupid oils. You know, you're in some kind of an occult. And I was like really mean to her. And she did what any sane person did. She grabbed her daughter, grabbed her stuff, and she left because I was being so mean. And it was just the frustration of everything that was going on in my world. And she was that outlet. So she left like a sane person. But 3 days later, like any stalker, she called me back. And I remember when I had kicked her out of the house, I said, if this crap can't help my mom, I don't care. Like, I don't want to hear about it. And I want you to pick that little piece up. So for 3 months, she was telling me what she thought I needed. I needed some oils for my neck. You need it for the stroke. You need it for your weight. You need it for all the different things. But I didn't care about any of that. I was worried about my mom. My mom had been dealing with this breast cancer in her lungs for over 3 years. She had been fighting. We had made changes. We had understood, started learning a little bit more about some of the chemicals and changing it for my mom. So, you know, we got the candles out of the house because they're carcinogenic and it was making it hard for her to breathe. So I was looking for things to make her comfy. And that's why I was moving things around because she had battled and she kept telling me, baby girl, it's okay. I know where I'm going. You know, I know I'll just be with Father. You know, I'm okay. You have to be okay with it. And I was not. I was still, I fully believed that my mom was supposed to be healed. You will live and not die and declare the works of the Lord. Like that was my belief. That's what I was standing on. And so these oils just didn't have a place in that. And yet 3 days later, when my girlfriend called, she said, girl, I think I have answers. I think we can make your mom more comfortable. And because that was what I wanted, and she also told me, you told me if I found an answer, you would listen. Like crap, I did fine. Come over, bring your stuff. But here's the deal: you got 60 minutes, and at the end of 60 minutes, I don't ever want to hear about your oils again. Like, this is your moment. Tell me your stuff. What can you do for my mom? And then we're done. Because I really thought she was in some kind of a cult. Who would put up with somebody being as mean as I was being? So no matter how many people you've talked to, has anybody yelled at you and screamed at you? Probably not. I'm unique. So, anyways, they came over that day, and I'm not going to go big into what happened that day, but one of the things they did is they put peppermint in my water. Say, here, try this, and I drank it, and I was like, ugh, it's so gross, it's so hot, I don't like it, and I went to reach for my Diet Coke because I was a big Diet Coke drinker. I drank 2 liters of Diet Coke a day, and in that meeting, they're both like, no, if you put the Diet Coke with the oils, it's going to push the Diet Coke in worse. And I mean, all these things. So I'm sitting here pounding water, trying to get that taste out of my mouth. And every time I open an oil, just gave me such a headache. So I had this huge headache. It was pounding. My stomach was upset. It actually had that jostling sound from all the water in my belly. Like, oh, this is miserable. But my mom at the other end of the table with her oxygen is like, she's at a completely different party. She's opening the oils. She's putting them on her hands. She's like, ah, she'd cough and hack. And, then she's like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. And I'm like, you are at a different party than I am. So it was about 45 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I heard everything you have to say. I'm still not interested. I still don't think that these are going to be something that we need. And I look at the end of the table, and my mom has got a gleam in her eye. Oh, for the first time in a long time, my mom was willing to try something. And I know one thing, you don't steal somebody's hope. And we bought some stupid oils that day. That was how we were introduced, was because my mama got excited about them. I didn't want them. I was actually really angry when we decided to do it. So I got up from the table, we actually got an everyday oil kit and a raindrop kit. And I went in the kitchen, and because of the stroke, my strength was such I would have to put my hand on the sink, put a potato in my hand, and peel my potato because I couldn't just pick up a potato. The arm didn't work. So I'm peeling potatoes, and they're over there talking and doing their stuff. And my girlfriend comes in, and she's like, "Okay, Shannon, let's get these oils on your neck." Like, no, you're good. I don't need the oils on. I'm fine. Drip, drool, all the things. I'm good. Like, no, seriously, let's put some on. And so she pestered me. I knew she was not leaving the house without doing it. So standing in the kitchen, I moved my hair. I think I sat down in a chair, and she took the oil. She did it all wrong. Like, if you know the raindrop treatment, this is not what we did. She took each oil, she touched the lid, she did like this, and then she put it from my hairline, probably about to my shoulder blades, because I just moved my shirt on my hair just a bit. And I complained the whole time. I'm like, this is smell. This is gross. You're getting in my hair. I've got new clients I've got to see. Don't get it on my shirt. I was going to wear that shirt. What are you doing? What does that taste? Do I taste oregano? Is that what I taste in my mouth right now? I mean, I was so horrible that by the end of it, she's just slamming the oils down herself because I've passed my joy, right? So I get done with the potatoes. She gets out of my house because I made her mad again. My mom is still down there in her little happy land doing stuff, and potatoes are all peeled, ready to go. My husband fills it with water, takes it, puts it on the sink because I can't pick up the pan, and I go downstairs where we were living, and I started washing the garbage off of my neck. Like, disgusting. I changed my shirt, and I am crying out to Father God, Lord, just don't let my mind get distracted by these stupid new age weird oils. Let her hold on for something else. Let her take that excitement she has right now, so you can come in and do the mighty thing. Just show me, prove to me, show me what we need to do for her. I stand on the word, and I am bawling at this time. I'm like so just frustrated. We were making 13,000 a year, toilet bowl cleaners. We didn't have 250 or whatever it was to get our oils for my mom to do her stupid woo woo thing. Like, it was just so much turmoil inside me. So I get myself under control, get the tears all wiped away. It's been about 35 minutes or so when I come back upstairs with a big smile on my face for my mom. Because remember, you don't take somebody's fault. And she's sitting in there, and she just starts talking again. She's just super excited about the whole thing. And my mom, my dad, and my husband, and my 4 kids are in the other room. And they got the TV on and all the stuff. And I'm looking at them, and I'm poking potatoes. And I pick up the pan, and I start walking over to the sink. And all of a sudden I realize, oh my God, I just picked up the pan. I just picked up the pan. And I freak out. I look over at my mom. We make eye contact, and she's all, she got the action, and she's freaking out, and I'm freaking out. And I dropped the pan in the sink because it was just so, what in the world? And I remember going like this, oh my gosh, arms are so light, they're so light. Oh my other. I got my smile back. I got my clarity back. The kids and my husband and the TV, I still could hear everything individually. It was a miracle. And people ask me all the time, they're like, so what was it? Like, how did they do the raindrops and all the things? And here's the truth. I don't know what did it. In that meeting, in that time when Young Living walked into my life, there were so many little things. Just the water. I drank water for the first time in years and a lot of water. Who knows? That could have flushed things. My mom, listen, thoughts are things. And my mom's mentality changed that day. She knew there was hope. There was a possibility and it changed. I don't know if it was the prayer. I don't know if it was downstairs on my knees crying out to Father God to prove to me, show me. I don't know which what. All I know is my life was radically and dramatically changed in every single way. And I also knew nobody makes money in MLM. So I wasn't about that, but I knew I had to share. If something good happens to you got to tell other people. Like you just have to. How do you not? I knew nothing about the oils. My stalker knew nothing about the oils. Nothing. We didn't know anything to share. So I committed that once a week at homeschool group, I would share with one person. Just one person. It wasn't like a big long thing. I literally took both of my kids. I said, here, put these on. I don't know how they work. If they would ask me any like deep questions, I'd be like, listen, I don't know. It could be elf and magic for all I know, but my life has been so radically changed. I mean, it's huge. And then I would hand them an application and I would say, here, fill this out. Back then we had paper applications, right? So they'd fill it out and I'd say, but you got to promise me, I'll put my hand on that paper. You tell other people. There's a world of people that don't know. And I'm telling you, there's a world of people that do not know we are supposed to feel good. They don't know we're supposed to have energy. They don't know we're supposed to be able to focus. They don't know we're supposed to know where our car keys are, right? People just don't know. And it's our job to tell them. My accidental side effect, like it's a side effect, was income. I didn't expect that. When I got the first check from Young Living for those 4 people, my check was right around 400 bucks, 360, something like that. And I was like, ooh. And I did not tell my husband about that check. By then, I was addicted to my oils. And I went and I grabbed some more oils. And because I was giving them to people, I was sharing them, I was using them constantly in myself. And I literally bought myself some oils and got some juice. Didn't know a whole lot about the juice, but I thought it was supposed to help with energy. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna give you some juice. And that's where that first check went. But I'm also a really smart woman. See, we were broke, 13,000 a year. That's what we had to keep. We had all kinds of cleaning contracts. We had people we had to pay. We had expenses, all the things. So I'm like, I don't have the money to have an oil addiction, but I can tell 4 people, one person a week, that will keep me in my oils. That was my thought for that second month. So I did the same thing, just one person every time, homeschool group, or it was a grocery store or at my church, just one person a week. And it was the same exact class. It took about 15 minutes. Here, put these on. I don't know why they work. Here, fill out this application. You tell other people. And my second check with the company was $1,600. What? Now you got to realize financially where we were. This was manna. This was like unbelievable to me that this had happened. And I called my stalker. I'm like, girl, how did this happen? It was 4 people month one, 4 people month two. What are you talking about? And we literally just, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm going to tell you this right now. You don't have to know. The text will show up anyways. You just have to go out there and share. And I know right now you're like, girl, I thought this was supposed to be a business class. It is a business class. See, the foundation that keeps me solid, that keeps me sharing no matter what is going on, that like we can have ups and downs, we can have holiday launches go crazy, we can have a product that doesn't show up for weeks on end, we can have all those things. If somebody's like, why is it taking so long for my product? I'm like, dude, they used to have a frankincense trail and it had to come from overseas and they had to go through the desert. We get ours in a month, you ought to be happy. And it's because my excitement, mm, I remember where I came from. I remember how sick I was. I remember thinking that my kids weren't going to have a mom, that I wasn't going to be there. I remember that. And it's the excitement. It's my knower. My mom used to say, I know it in my knower. You know, when people come to me and they're like, how do you know Young Living oils are better than the other companies? Because this one is like $6 cheaper. Why can't I have that? My answer is always the same. Girl, I don't know anything about that company. I don't know anything about that company. I don't know anything about that company. What I know is when these oils were put on my body, my life changed. Radical changes. And I don't even want to think about any other company because I know what it did to me. You got to understand when you are building your business, you're not an oil salesperson. You're not a juice salesperson. You're none of that. Those people are signing up for you. And the thing I offer people is hope. Hope that their tomorrow can be better than their today. Not only did I change emotionally, physically, all the things, but financially, y'all. My third check with I went silver my third month in the company, and my check was close to 4,000. It was crazy how quick our team was growing. 2 months later, we went gold. Just the amazing things that happened. And this was, get this was before we even had a book. I went silver before I had a book that told me what the oils did. We didn't talk about any of the other products. We talked about the what if. We talked about Ninja Red and how good everybody was feeling. My gold month, it was all Ninja Red because I had been using it then for 3 months. Life changing. See, you want your excitement back? I want you to name 5 miracles that have happened in your life because of Young Living. See, we don't acknowledge them as miracles, but they are. When your head is feeling a little funky and you grab your peppermint and you put some on and at the end of the day, that's a miracle. There is somebody out there right now that their head is feeling funky and your story will change their life. You got some achiness going on and you rub on some deep relief and some cool azul. There is somebody that needs to hear that miracle. We need to be about the business of sharing those stories over and over. You really want to see some traction happen in your team? Go down in your team and ask them what their 5 were. What are your 5 coolest things that happened because of Young Living? Did you get a check for $75? That's cool. What business is giving you bonuses right now? People are clipping coupons for 50 cents, and we can help them get a check for $100. We can help them get a check for 200, 500. Wherever it is that you need to be, we can do that. But it's the excitement. It's remembering where you came from. It's remembering the things that have happened to you. And maybe you need to journal some of that. Maybe you need to be writing them down every time something happens because it becomes commonplace. We get so used to it. We get so used to having a little something and we reach out, we use our oils, and it's magically all better and we feel all happy. But we don't remember it that way, right? We're just used to it. We need to write it down. We need to talk about it. Go find your 5 people that are in your team and find their 5. Help light that fire. Tell them to do the same thing. And then here's the cool thing. Here's the big thing. Find 5 people that don't know about Young Living. They haven't heard. They haven't had the same option with the oils, right? And you tell them your stories. 5 people. If you did that every single week, you shared with 5 people every single week, and let's say you suck at it. You're like really bad at telling your story. It's okay because out of 5, you're gonna have 1 or 2 that are interested. Out of 1 or 2 that are interested, you're gonna have 1 that signs up, but they're gonna sign up with an excitement, with a desire to tell other people. I pray all the time, Father God, draw to me the people that want this, the people that need this, the people that will duplicate this. Lord God, open their ears because I think their ears have been clogged. They don't hear the truth. They don't know the truth. They believe all the lies that are spinning all out there. I say, Father God, open their eyes and see the truth. And Lord, let me speak so simple that they could get it and duplicate it today. My goal. That's my heart's desire. And for you, you have that inside you. You have the ability to change the lives of everybody you come in contact with. And listen, the side effect is huge income. As a diamond, my income now, I remember, you want to talk another exciting moment? I remember when I got the first check that was my first monthly check that was bigger than my annual. That changes games. I also remember when I doubled it. Those are moments, those are things that you can take with you. Those are, if you haven't had any of that, you haven't had it, you're just brand new, it's okay. You can say, this is what I want. I want to double my annual income. When am I going to see that happen? What is it going to look like? Write a check out where you're getting paid a check, make a fake one, whatever, so that you can see that action, that goal, whatever it is for you. And you know what? Grab our income disclosure statement. I want you to look at it like it's a menu. And I want you to choose what you want off that menu. And I want you to choose when you're going to have it delivered. You think about it. If you walked into any restaurant and they started putting food on the table for you and they handed you a bill, you'd be like, I'm paying for this. I didn't ask for this. You realize life is serving you. It's serving you. It's giving you all kinds of things. But we get to choose. Stop letting life just give you all the things and find all that aside. Don't focus on that. Focus on the things you want. What are the cool, amazing miracles? What are 5 miracles you want to see take place in your life? And then do the action steps. All right, guys, I'm sorry I went over by about 5 minutes. I didn't mean to. God bless you. If you have questions, post them over there. I will try to get in there and see them. Hopefully you were commenting. Hopefully I'm not here alone. All right, guys, God bless. We'll chat later.